Hi everybody, this is Rose, and it is garden update time. It's been about 2 weeks since I've done a garden update, and I thought I'd do another one. I'll swing you around so I can say hello, and then I'll swing you back around. Got my garden hat on, so we're time to do some gardening here. Hope everybody's having a great evening. It's in the lower 80s. Nice breeze, no humidity. It's a very pleasant evening here tonight. Let's swing you back around here and let's start this garden update. In this 4x4 bed here we have green beans. We have dragon tongue beans on this side right here. And then on this side over here is contender beans. Planted those a couple weeks ago, came up by seed, and they're looking really good. I've got a little zinnia popped up over there and some zinnias over there getting ready to bloom. They look kind of measly, but they'll grow. Everything in this bed is looking really good. Over in this bed we have our squash. Well, it's actually zucchini. I have 4 zucchinis. This is my Ford hook right here, and then I have another Ford hook over there, and then this one is Cocoselle de Napoli, and then this is just right here is just another Cocoselle. Hold on just a second. Rory, what are you doing? I thought Rory was after something under the house. And anyway, those are doing really well. There's that little booger. Hey, Rory. Rory. I guess she's busy. She doesn't want to pay attention to Mommy. Over here we have the tomato bed with some green beans. These are my royal purple green beans. A lot of them didn't make it, so I pulled them. But the ones that I left on the edges are looking really good. And I noticed earlier today, let's see if I can find it. Here it is. I have the little purple blooms in there, which means I'm going to have green beans soon. It's starting to bloom. And in the middle there, I have planted a couple cantaloupes. I'll tell you a little story about those cantaloupes in a little bit here. Let's go on to the tomatoes. And my tomatoes have just grown like crazy. They're just so beautiful. Just going to let you look at the beautifulness of these tomato plants. This one right here was one of the runts that I didn't know whether I should keep it or pull it. That one and that one. And they're doing really good. I'm glad I kept them. Underneath the tomato plants is some basil. I gotta figure out what to do with that basil because it's getting shaded out by the plants, tomatoes. There's some more basil there. And another tomato plant there. Got some pretty flowers going on. And if I can get it in focus here, there's some basil coming up that I planted as seed. And a pretty marigold in the middle there. Get out of my bed, Rory. This one right here is the best tomato plant of all. I would say it's probably 3 foot tall by now. And this one has tomatoes on it. I Took a picture and shared it on Facebook the other day. Let's see if I can find that tomato. Where are you, tomato? I know you're in there somewhere. Can't find him right now. But this one has my very first tomatoes of the season. Can't find him, but I know he's there. He's in there somewhere. Oh, here he is down here. There he is, right there. The very first tomato of the season. These are San Marzanos, and they're good for, they're a paste tomato. They're good for sauces. I'm going to try my hand at canning this year. See if I do any good with that. Got some flowers there. They're doing really well. Okay, story of the cantaloupes. I had planted 2 different plantings of the cantaloupes that I have been growing for several years. I want to say they are Golden Harvest or something like that. Can't remember the name of them now, but they were an heirloom and they did really well. But I think the seeds were too old because they just weren't doing well at all. So last weekend I was at Home Depot picking up some soil, some potting soil, and I stopped and looked and they had some of these cantaloupes. And these are called Super 45s. I don't know how big they get, and I don't know whether this trellis will support them, but we're going to give it a shot. And there were 5 plants in there, so I planted 3 there, and then I planted 2 over there in the middle of the green beans, and we'll see what happens. If they all grow, I'll just let the cantaloupes, just kind of spread around in this corner here. We'll see what happens. All right, we're going to swing it around here. And we will show off the flowers first. These are calendulas. And then I've got some pretty zinnias, and they're just getting ready to bloom. There's one there, and one that's just poking out right there. And several others that are just going to probably open up in the next day or 2. And some more calendulas over there. Okay, and over here, there's a nice big marigold getting ready to bloom, but it hasn't shot up in blooms yet. Right next to it are my Kajari melons. These I planted by seed, and they're doing really, really well. They're not quite there, but I'm trying to get them trained up the trellis. I'd say in another week or so I'll have them trained up there. Another marigold. And then we come on to the peppers. Well, let's show you the green beans first. These are my contender green beans. And I want to show you something I discovered earlier today. Very exciting. Let's see if I can get at it. There's a bloom there, but that's not what I wanted to show you. What I wanted to show you is right there. There's green beans. Baby green beans growing there. I've got green beans started already. I'm so happy about that. Just love to see a baby green bean. And then we have our peppers, which are doing really well. I've got some that are getting ready to flower. And then some marigolds there. And then more peppers there. I do have a flower over on the other side. Let's see if I can show you. Here we go. There's a pepper there and one there. So this is my green beans and peppers. And then the last bed is my asparagus bed and my sunflowers. These are my Mexican sunflowers right there. They're the only two that came up, so I replanted some more seeds, and they're starting to come up again. And my asparagus is growing really well. It's doing excellent. It goes all the way down the line. And then we have some sunflowers there. I planted my sunflowers too close together. It's the first time I've ever grown them, so I didn't know. Didn't pay attention. I don't read the directions. So I don't think these will grow as tall as they do if I gave them more wiggle room, but they'll be pretty anyway. I can't wait to see them bloom. All right, and I'm gonna walk out here to the wild west part of my yard here. I want to show you, this is something that I had that my property gave me, and I kind of like it. It's a little stuck out here in nowhere, but this is Lantana, and it's so pretty. I don't see any bees on it tonight, but the bees do love this quite a bit. And that bush is blooming, and it smells so good. This area is going to be right back in there. I'm going to be planting my blackberries and my blueberries. Ooh, there's a wasp. I don't know if you can see it. He's coming over towards me. We're going to leave now. And then I'm going to have wildflowers back in here. But this is the garden for now. It's doing really well. I'm really happy with it. Pleased with the way things are going. All right. I think that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Oh, no, I forgot to show you these. Completely forgot. So we'll come over here and look at these. This is my blackberries. I need to get them repotted. They're growing like crazy. And chamomile. And this is I always forget the name of this, Moldavian dragon head. It is some kind of an herb, and it's going crazy. Looks like it's getting ready to flower. That looks like a flower. That wasn't there this morning. And my lemon balm, and my bee balm, my sage, and that's the lone rudbeckia that I had that came up. And then I planted a little bit of some Thai basil. And then I did some basil over here. And my blueberry plants. This one's not growing as fast as this one is, but this one really put on the leaves. And then the last two things are my carrots. Be about a month, well, about 2 more weeks, and I think I will pull these carrots. Alright, that should be it. This is my garden update, May 28th, about 6:30 p.m. And I hope everybody has a great evening, and we'll talk to you again in a couple weeks.